What's going on, my Jack brother? Coach Scott here. Today's video is all about body recomposition, how to lose fat and build muscle at the same time. The topic comes from a great question I received from Carlo on a recent video where he asked more specifically, how can you build muscle while going from 14 to 15% body fat down to 11 to 12% body fat? Now I know some people are going to argue against the idea of body recomposition, but since Carlo asked, I'm going to share exactly what I would do if I was in that situation. Now first of all, I wouldn't go based on body fat percentage because it's just notoriously wrong, like a lot of errors involved when it comes to measure your body fat percentage. Some people would guess I'm around 14 to 15% body fat, and some measuring tools would have me at 14 to 15% body fat. Some people would guess I'm like 8 to 10% body fat. Some tools would measure me at 8 to 10% body fat. So I have a good idea of the vision of what Carlo and most people have for 14% to 15% body fat. It's relatively lean, you got some fat on you, but you're still looking pretty damn good. And that's I think the advantage of taking this approach. I mean, you are already looking pretty darn, you're going from looking good to really freaking great. So you're not necessarily in a rush to get down there. Now, yes, it's going to take longer to get down to 11 to 12% body fat than if you did a straight up cut. But again, because your calorie deficit is going to be smaller, it's really not going to feel all that much like you're dieting. So it may even kind of feel somewhat effortless throughout the point. And at the very least, even if you don't gain any muscle through the process of losing this fat, there's a great chance you're going to preserve your muscle mass throughout the process. You're really setting yourself up to maintain your muscle mass while you're losing this fat there. A lot of guys like Alberto Nunez, Jeff Alberts, those guys over at the 3D MJ coaching there, like they take a very slow and steady approach. Like they'll take an entire year, 52 weeks to prepare for a contest, like a really, really slow and steady approach, making sure that they're preserving muscle in the process. Now they are advanced lifters, so taking that slow and steady process is all about preserving their muscle mass. They're likely not gaining any kind of muscle while in a calorie deficit and getting leaner there. So they're not in the optimal state to recomp there. But again, you're setting yourself up, at the very least, you're going to preserve your muscle mass by taking this slow and steady approach. Now, what I would recommend when it comes to like how little of a calorie deficit, I'd go like 5 to 10% calorie deficit there. So for someone like myself, my maintenance level calories are about 2750. So I'd be like subtracting maybe around 250 calories, 270 calories from my maintenance level calories. So bringing it down to like 2,500 calories would be, again, it's not, for me, like that'd be somewhat satisfying. I wouldn't feel like I'm dieting. It's not much of a difference from where I'm at when I'm at maintenance level calories there. I wouldn't push it too much beyond that. Some people would push it up to a 20% calorie deficit, but again, I think that's pushing more towards like a cutting phase. So if you want to give yourself the best chance of building some muscle in the process, I would keep that calorie deficit nice and smaller. So 5 to 10%. There was an approach that I followed, God, maybe 10 years ago or so from Tom Venuto. He had, I think it was the Holy Grail body recomposition plan, might be actually exactly what it was called. He had some different approaches in there, some different carb cycling approaches, where it would be 3 days in a 20% calorie deficit, and then 3 days in a 10% calorie surplus. So really, I mean, different. It was more theory based than it was based on any science out there. But again, your body's thinking, well, am I in a diet? Well, no, maybe I'm in a surplus here. So you're kind of giving your body some mixed signals. Like maybe you can still be anabolic throughout the process. There's all different kind of approaches that you can roll with. So that might be something you want to try, or maybe just roll with the 5 to 10% calorie deficit consistently day in and day out, because it's really not going to be that much of an inconvenience to you throughout there. Now, in regards to your macros, I would definitely keep your protein intake high. Again, it's less likely, pretty much unlikely, that you're going to be storing any of that protein as fat, and you want to give yourself those building blocks to build muscle at the same time there. So I would kind of bump it upwards of around 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per pound body weight, just to give yourself the best chance. And also kind of keep the fats on the lower end, maybe around 20% of your calories coming from fat, 23% to 25% at the very most. But I prefer to keep them down around that 20%, and then the rest is going to come from carbs. I'd really like to see you have the bulk of your carbs, like 50% of your carbs for the day around your workout. So like maybe 30% in your pre-workout meal, 20% of your daily carbs in your post-workout meal. And it may even be a great idea to consume an intra-workout shake. So what I tried, actually I should try it again soon. I've been thinking about this for a little bit there. I have a scoop of whey protein powder and a scoop of Vitargo, which is a carb source there, in my shaker cup, and 30 minutes into the workout, I'd start sipping on that. So the great thing from that, like, just as your cortisol levels are starting to go up, you start drinking that fuel, so you're keeping yourself in a bit more of an anabolic state. You're also able to give more of yourself to that workout. It kind of keeps your energy levels elevated, your strength level elevated throughout the workout there. And again, I would really focus on consuming whole, natural, nutrient-rich foods for the bulk of your food consumption there. So like I'd say even 95% of your calories coming from whole, natural, nutrient-rich foods, giving your body the best chance to build muscle and just perform at your absolute best. And again, coming down to lifestyle as well. So it goes well beyond your nutrition there, just making sure you're doing everything that you can to make sure that even in a slight calorie deficit, you're setting yourself up for success to build muscle for your body to recover, repair, and grow. So you want to make sure you're prioritizing sleep. I drill this home. I'd say it's probably at least 80% of my videos I'm talking about the importance of sleep. Like 8 to 9 hours of sleep. I'd be aiming for quality sleep each and every night. So get yourself in a consistent sleep-wake pattern, a good evening routine, a wind-down routine, so you can relax right into a deep sleep and get great sleep. So again, you can it's going to help manage cortisol levels, keep your testosterone levels elevated. It's going to help manage your appetite even better. And again, it's going to help your muscles repair, rebuild, and grow. Managing your stress with other things, other activities. And again, so when it comes to your activities, with your weight training, you really need to make sure you are focusing on progress here. Like you gotta signal to your body, to your muscles, that you are challenging them and they need to adapt, they need to grow. So really a focus on some sort of progressive overload, whether it's increasing reps, increasing weight, increasing total time under tension, just feeling better movement patterns with your lifting there, better mind-muscle connection with your training. They're just trying to improve. If it's not, it can be difficult to improve from workout to workout, but at least on a monthly basis, you should be seeing some of your numbers increasing there. So really crushing it in the freaking gym and crushing your recovery as well. Paying attention, like the different activities that you're doing in addition to the weight training. Like walking is a fantastic form of active recovery. You can work in some rowing so you get some upper body active recovery in there. Just moving your body, because it's a good thing, like doing some sort of cardiovascular conditioning. Great for blood circulation. You're improving your VO2 max, so delivering nutrient-rich blood to your recovering muscles there, helping remove the waste products from your muscles while you're training them. So not a bad idea to work in a bit of cardio there. It's just great for overall health and our overall well-being. But overall, it's I'd say that's pretty much what I've got in store there. Just kind of looking over at my notes here. I think I wasn't expecting to go the whole length there. But yeah, again, is it optimal? Maybe not. Like, again, if you're going from 14% to 15% body fat down to 11 to 12%, I mean, really, you could probably get that done in a quick little 4-week mini cut, be done and over with it, and then get right back to muscle building really quickly. Like at least back into maintenance level calories. So I think that's where some of the argument would kind of like just get it done and over with. But again, if you can take this, you're already looking good, take that slow and steady approach, maybe build some muscle at the same time, and at least definitely know you're going to preserve some muscle mass in the same time. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a personal choice. It's a personal decision. It's up to you. If you want to give it a try, give it a try. See how it goes. That's what life is all about. It's an experiment, this whole thing. Like, none of us have the exact right answers. Again, you do a search here, you're going to have some people arguing completely against, thinking that trying to body recomp is a waste of time unless you're a newbie lifter, if you've been detrained, you haven't worked out in a long time. Just a few little scenarios if you're enhanced for sure. But yeah, if you've been lifting, I would say if you're an advanced lift, like there's no way I'm going to try to body recomp because it's tough enough for me to build muscle in a calorie surplus. So if you're someone who is like, you already know that it's tough for you to build muscle when you're in a gentle calorie surplus, the chance of you building muscle in like while you're losing fat at the same time is going to be even smaller. So again, that's the argument there. Why not just give yourself the best chance to build muscle? So be in a gentle calorie surplus and then just get the fat loss out of the way. But again, personal preference. Whatever you want to do, give it a shot for yourself. See how it goes. Report back to us. Share your experiences. Share if it worked for you, or if you do it again, and what you enjoyed about it, what you didn't enjoy about it, what you do different the next time there. That's really what this is all about. Like, this is we're learning and growing together. So I don't have all the right answers here, again, because it's up in the air. You got two sides. You got some people who will completely argue that even advanced lifters can still do some body recomposition there. Again, it's not if you're like super lean. Definitely, again, that's another one. If you're like already 8% body fat, 6 to 8% body fat lean, it's just ridiculous to think of trying to lose fat and build muscle at the same time. Just focus on a gentle calorie surplus there. But like for someone like myself, I like to just do that mini cut, get it done and over with in 4 weeks, and then do it's been 11 months that I've been in a gentle calorie surplus during this time. Gained about 5 pounds, almost 6 pounds in the process here. Cut down, see what happens after that, see where I ended up. But again, it's a very gentle calorie surplus, not all that noticeable to me. So it's just, again, that's the approach that I have kind of gravitated towards in recent years. We've all got our different approaches, so I would be curious to hear, Carlo, if this is something that you're going to roll with, if you want to roll with like the 5 to 10% calorie deficit, keep it slow and steady throughout, or if that approach of the 20% deficit for 3 days, 10% calorie surplus for 3 days, rotating back and forth with like that appeals to you as well. There's so many different ways to go about it. Again, it's an experiment. We're just sharing our experiences together. I hope you enjoyed this. I would love to hear everyone's thoughts on this. Share your opinions. Share if you think it's a bunch of BS to try to body recomp, or share it's actually been successful for you, for others that you're aware of there. So please take a moment to share your comments down in the comment section below. And if you have any questions like Carlo did, or any topics that you'd like me to cover in future videos, please again drop them down below. I'd love to have a conversation about anything that's on your mind, anything that you need some help with. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please do me a favor and smash that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that alert button so you're notified each time I upload a video. If you know a fellow bro who would benefit from watching today's video, please do me a favor and share it with them. Before I go, don't forget to download your free guide, Lose Fat, Get Jacked. Have yourself an amazing day. Catch you in the next video.